Now we'll see different methods of allocation of frames. So there are five techniques: equal allocation of frames, then proportional allocation, priority allocation, global replacement allocation, and local replacement allocation. So in equal allocation, what is done is frames will be allocated equally to the available processes. So for example, if P1 has 10 frames and P2 has 30 frames, so what is done is 20 frames are allocated to P1 and 20 frames are allocated to P2. Okay, so these are allocated. So main memory size is suppose 40 frames. Okay. So actually what happens? Actually P1 requires only 10 frames, right? Hence 10 frames of main memory are wasted. Okay, and P2 requires 30 frames. But allocated are only 20. So no proper utilization of the main memory in this case, and this problem is overcome by proportional allocation method or approach. So in proportional allocation, frames will be allocated based on the size of the process. So P1 requires 10 frames and P2 requires 30 frames, and main memory size is 40 frames. Okay, so P1 will be given 10 upon 10 plus 30 into 40, so that is 10 upon 40 into 40, so it will be 10 frames. Okay, and P2 30 upon 10 plus 30 into 40 equal to 30 frames. Okay, but this disadvantage here is priority is not considered. So what is the disadvantage? Disadvantage, the priority is not considered. Okay, it does not consider the priority. So next is priority allocation. So based upon the priority, the operating system allocates frames to the process. Process having higher priority will be allocated more number of frames. Likewise, process having lower priority will be allocated less number of frames. The frames will be allocated based on the priority and size, basically. Okay. The process with high priority and required more number of frames will be allocated more number of frames, and vice versa. Based on priority or based on combination of priority and size, also frames can be allocated. Okay. Next we'll see global replacement allocation. So whenever CPU wants to access a page, it searches in a main memory. If it is found, it is called a page hit, else it is known as page fault or page miss. So in case of page fault, OS uh, loads the page, okay, from the secondary memory to main memory, that we have already seen. The frame is allocated to the page, okay, basically, and the global replacement allocation allows to select a frame from the list of all the frames even though the frame is allocated to some other process. So process P1 can take a frame from P2 and vice versa. Okay, so P1 has, suppose this is your P1. This is P1 having number of frames 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe, okay, or 5 frames. Process P1 has suppose 5 frames. Okay, and P2 has only 3 frames. P2 has 3 frames. So what I said, process P1 can take a frame from P2 and vice versa. So that flexibility is given here. So whenever page fault occurs, interrupt will occur, that trap will be generated, and then by using global replacement policy, the page is replaced in main memory. So if P1 has highest priority, then it will get frames from lower priority process P2 or P1 itself, and hence page hit ratio of P1 will increase. Okay, so the advantage here is it produces better throughput due to just whatever I said just now, right? Because the hit ratio will increase. Okay, so the throughput is better. Disadvantage, paging behavior of one process can depend upon behavior of another process. So that is a disadvantage. Okay, last is local replacement allocation. Here in this case, it allows the process to select a frame from its own allocated frame. So for example, CPU is executing P1. Okay, then P1 can store the pages only in allocated frames. Okay, P1 can store, suppose P1 has allocated 5 frames, so it can store the pages only in these allocated frames. Okay, P1, and P2 can store only in the allocated frames. So P1, in the previous example I have shown, P1 had 5 frames and P2 had 3 frames. So P2 can store only in these 3 frames and P1 can store only in these 5 frames. So number of frames per process is fixed in this case.